Many men silently ask why their bodies rush forward when their minds crave calm control during deeply meaningful, intimate moments. This question often grows louder at night, when anxiety whispers doubts and hearts begin racing faster than confidence responds today. Performance pressure is not just a physical reaction, but a powerful mental loop that trains the body to expect urgency. Dr. Mohit Khera explains that science and compassion together reveal how stress signals travel from brain circuits into physical responses. When a man anticipates failure, his nervous system activates survival patterns, shortening breath, tightening muscles, and accelerating the ejaculation reflex. What feels like weakness is often an overprotective brain attempting to shield you from imagined judgment instead of supporting awareness. Understanding this connection becomes the first step toward change, because knowledge slowly replaces shame with curiosity and invites real transformation. Imagine entering intimacy with steady breathing, grounded focus, and a quiet confidence that grows stronger each time you choose patience. The journey begins outside the bedroom in daily thoughts, where you practice slowing reactions and observing sensations without panic today. Each small victory rewires expectations, teaching the mind that control is learned gradually through awareness rather than forced through pressure. Many people overlook breathing patterns, yet breath remains one of the fastest ways to calm an anxious nervous system naturally. As your breath slows, the brain interprets safety, allowing muscles to relax and giving awareness enough space to guide timing. Confidence grows when you stop fighting your body and start listening to subtle signals it communicates before intensity rises quickly. This awareness transforms anxiety from an enemy into a teacher guiding you toward balance, patience, and deeper emotional connection today. Men who learn to observe thoughts without judgment discover that urges rise and fall like waves rather than uncontrollable forces. With practice, the mind begins trusting itself again, replacing fear-driven anticipation with grounded presence and renewed self-respect today. Your story is not defined by one moment, but by the consistent effort you invest in understanding your inner patterns. Even setbacks hold valuable lessons, revealing triggers you may have ignored and guiding you toward healthier emotional preparation before intimacy. As awareness deepens, you begin recognizing that anxiety loses power when observed calmly, rather than resisted with frustration or shame. Gradually, you realize control is less about stopping sensations and more about guiding energy with patience, curiosity, and intentional breathing. This mindset lets intimacy become a space of exploration instead of pressure, where growth feels possible and vulnerability becomes strong. Remember that progress rarely happens overnight, but every mindful step you take reshapes how your brain and body cooperate together. By staying consistent, you create a new narrative where calmness replaces panic and self-trust becomes the foundation of confidence. Dr. Mohit Khera shares a message reminding men that healing begins when they replace silent fear with informed, hopeful action. As you continue learning, you may discover that the greatest power over anxiety comes from understanding yourself with patience today. As understanding deepens, another layer emerges where anxiety no longer feels obvious, but hides beneath routine habits and automatic reactions. Many men believe they are calm until intimacy approaches, and suddenly the body behaves as if danger is present. This is where suspense quietly forms, because the mind appears relaxed, yet the nervous system remembers past pressure. Stress hormones release before conscious thought notices, creating a silent countdown that accelerates sensation without permission. The brain predicts outcome faster than logic intervenes, and the body obeys this prediction instantly. Dr. Mohit Khera emphasizes that the brain does not distinguish imagined failure from real threat, responding to both with urgency. When this pattern repeats, it becomes familiar, and familiarity feels permanent even when change is possible. The suspense grows in moments when control seems close, but slips away again, leaving confusion behind. Many men then blame their bodies instead of recognizing the mental rehearsal occurring beneath awareness. This misunderstanding strengthens the loop because fear feeds anticipation, and anticipation feeds physical speed. The turning point arrives when you realize anxiety is not a single emotion, but a chain reaction beginning long before touch. thoughts about performance, identity, and worth stack together quietly until intensity feels inevitable. When awareness catches this chain early, everything shifts and suspense transforms into opportunity. Instead of waiting for the body to react, you learn to prepare the mind to remain present. Slowing the pace of daily life trains the nervous system to tolerate calm without searching for urgency. Meditation, breathing, and intentional pauses throughout the day send signals of safety that later influence intimate moments. The brain learns repetition, and consistency teaches it that control is not dangerous. Confidence then becomes a skill rather than a personality trait reserved for others. At this stage, progress feels fragile because old habits resist change and the mind tests new beliefs. Doubt whispers that awareness will fail when it matters most, creating tension again. Yet this moment of uncertainty is essential because it reveals growth happening beneath discomfort. Staying present during this phase builds resilience that anxiety cannot easily dismantle. Each time you observe rising sensations without panic, you weaken the old prediction of loss of control. Gradually, the nervous system updates its expectations, allowing more time and choice. Intimacy becomes less about proving ability and more about experiencing connection and trust. This shift reduces pressure because connection does not demand perfection. When the mind rests in curiosity rather than outcome, fear loses its fuel. Men who persist through this uncertain stage often report a quiet confidence replacing urgency. They stop chasing control and instead allow control to emerge naturally. This transformation does not remove intensity, but gives you authority over how you respond to it. The suspense resolves when you realize that anxiety never owned you. It only waited for understanding to dissolve it. True progress begins when you stop measuring yourself against unrealistic timelines and start recognizing the quiet strength built through patience and awareness. The mind gradually learns that intimacy is not a test to pass, but an experience to understand. And this shift changes everything from the inside out. As weeks move forward, you may notice that anxiety still appears, yet its voice becomes softer because you now understand its language. Instead of reacting with fear, you pause, breathe, and observe how sensations rise without needing immediate action. This calm observation rewires neural pathways, allowing the brain to associate closeness with safety rather than pressure. Dr. Mohit Khera often reminds men that lasting control is not forced through tension, but developed through relaxation and self-respect. When you accept that growth happens step by step, frustration loses its grip, and curiosity takes its place. You begin exploring how posture, breathing rhythm, and mental focus influence physical timing, turning every moment into a learning opportunity. Confidence then stops being a distant goal and becomes a daily practice shaped by consistent small choices. The more you stay present, the more your body aligns with intention, creating harmony between thought and sensation. Many people wait for a perfect moment to feel ready. Yet readiness is created through action, even when uncertainty exists. Each time you choose awareness over panic, you reinforce a new identity built on resilience and calm strength. Over time, intimacy transforms into a space of mutual connection, where trust replaces performance pressure. You start valuing emotional presence as much as physical endurance, and this balance brings a deeper sense of fulfillment. The journey also reveals that vulnerability is not weakness, but a gateway to authentic confidence. By allowing yourself to learn openly, you remove the burden of pretending everything is already under control. This honesty frees mental energy that was once spent on fear, making room for genuine growth and clarity. As self-trust grows, you notice that the body responds differently, no longer rushing ahead, but following the steady rhythm guided by awareness. Moments that once felt overwhelming begin to feel manageable, because your mind now leads with patience rather than urgency. This transformation spreads beyond intimacy into daily life, influencing how you handle stress, communication, and personal goals. The same skills that slow anxiety during closeness strengthen your overall emotional resilience. You realize that control is not about resisting sensation, but about guiding energy with intention and respect. With every mindful breath, you reinforce a new narrative where calmness becomes your natural state instead of a rare achievement. The journey continues, shaped by consistent effort, compassion for yourself, and a willingness to keep learning. If you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.